New year, new life, isn't it? Kind of, yeah, because it's not the new year, but the sensation is very similar. So we are in June. A few months ago we put some goals for ourselves, but something went wrong. We gave up, we forgot actually about our goals, and now we are here to think about those goals, because periodically you start to think, like at the end of the year, for the new year resolution, you remember like, oh, I set some goals for myself, but suddenly didn't reach. Why and how? This is the real question. So the problem is that we live in a very distracted world, and that's why we kind of forget our main goals, our life goals. This is the problem. If you want to reach your goals, you need to pay attention to them. You need to remember them every single day, because the world is set in a way that brings so many distractions to your life that you literally forgot about your goals. That's sad, but that said, let's proceed. So I had a burnout period, as usual, I wanna say, but yeah, I need to take it easy. And suddenly I remembered as well about my goals. I wanted to restart. I was like, okay, this was a bad burnout. How to restart? Okay, let's reset everything. It was like the new year resolution for me, and because I was totally confused. 2 months to recharge. That's okay. But these feelings of always having to start over is so sad. Seriously, it's like messing up your mind as well. You feel like a failure because you will set a goal, then you give up, and then you feel like a failure. But this is the point. Instead of starting over every time, try to continue slowly, even with your setbacks. Try to go up. Yeah, there will be some downs, that's fine, but let's continue. This is the point. So more consistency, and this will be what I will try from now on. That said, about the goals video, so at some point I was like, wait, and it was totally blackout for me. I was like, where am I? What I'm supposed to do? What I'm doing? But at some point I was like, okay, let's set up some goals, let's restart, because this is what I do normally. And I was like, wait, I did it, something like this, yeah? I was like, okay, let's see where, when, and how. I was like, yes, I know, YouTube. And I was like, oh Jesus, I don't want to see those videos. But incredibly, and I was very surprised, they weren't cringe. Actually, I really liked them, and they really inspired me, especially the first one. The other two were a bit shit, but that's fine. I was like, okay, if this video is inspiring me, it can inspire even other people. And I was very happy about this. I was like, yes, I like it, let's continue, don't give up. Okay, self-talk, self-motivational talk done, now let's proceed. But seriously, I was happy about them, because it was kind of organized, for my mind of course, and inspired me to do these goals, and surprisingly, they were kind of aligned to my goal. In fact, yeah, there are some things that I removed, but the goals basically are literally aligned. I removed this because it's not the time yet, but basically on the long-term vision they are literally the same. So I had the physical goals that basically are still the same. So I want to reach 75 kgs. Right now I'm 77, but with a higher body fat percentage. So I was at that point, I was 70 kgs with 10% basically. So I wanted to gain some muscle. Actually, when I did this, I was in this condition as well basically, but just a few months before I was 70 kgs with 10%. So I was good to go, basically, to reach some muscle, gain some muscle and strength. And that's why 75 kgs, 10% body fat, with my personal best that weren't too far from this, but now I lost some muscle, so yes, it will be a bit harder. 150 kgs bench press, 200 kg squat, 250 kg deadlift, and 75 kg overhead press. That's fine. This one I removed. Why? Because it's not the time, it's not the correct time, because I will require more time, but it's fine, it's not a race. I will enjoy this journey, basically. In the meantime, I can focus on my, let's say, fat loss, because I want to reach a linear condition. And to be honest, I was even happy, because all these goals, being aligned with these goals, means that these are kind of aligned with my real intention, not just external. And I know this because basically I was in a total blackout. I was like literally so confused that I was like, okay, where should I start? Okay, what is important for me? Yes, health. Of course, yeah, 8-10% body fat is not an internal goal, but more kind of approval from external situation, looking at other people, etc. But I won't generally be healthy. And yeah, low body fat percentage. Maybe this one is a bit too low. That's fine for now. And those strength goals are more like self-worth decided. Yeah, so it's not to be healthy, to be this strong, even, because I don't know how healthy is to push the body to these limits, but that's fine. So except for these goals, the other, I think they are pretty aligned with my real intention. In fact, the sleep 7-8 hours regularly, this is almost done probably. Yeah, 9-hour room a day. So I need to have like 9-hour time slots for the sleep every day, and this is pretty much done, to be honest. And a fixed routine, this is almost done, because I always have the same routine. So yeah, energy, kilocalories control, of course. This was one goal, because probably I was feeling so weak, and this allowed to that blackout, basically, because I was so low energy that I was even confused for that. And that's why my goal is to have like a more kilocalories control in a positive sense, so more calories, normal hypercaloric diet, 5 a day of fruit and vegetables. I abundantly take those ones, so it's not like something that I need to reach, but it's something that I want to maintain. This is the point. Less caffeine and physical stress. Yes, these one basically are dependent a lot from the kilocalories control, because if I have a low calorie situation, I tend to have like more caffeine and less physical stress, because I don't have energy, but I want to be more balanced on this stuff. Training every day, almost done, basically, with a quick hit morning session. Well, if I don't have energy, I don't do this, so, but that's fine. I want to do basically twice a day workout with a very quick morning routine session, and then the normal training in the gym. By the way, recovery from the remaining injuries, I was surprised. I was like, wow, I was even focusing on my injuries, and I was like, the wrist injury is not new. Imagine the level of blackout that I had, the burnout that I had. Yeah, because I didn't realize that my wrist is old, my wrist injury is old. And the knee, I was with a physiotherapist, so looks better, but I don't wanna say too much, because you never know. It's not fully recovered, I know, but it's much better, to be honest. And eventually I wanted to participate to a competition. Yes, bodybuilding, running, Aerox. That's why I removed. It's not the moment, definitely, but it's fine. Mental health goal, these are important. Here and now, living the day in the tight compartments and only living in now. Okay, didn't reach yet, but let's say I know how to do, or this, I know the way that I should do. But let's see, daily meditation practice, improving, because I never been a meditation guy, but kind of practicing somehow, sometimes. No more noise in my head. This will be an amazing dream. My head is so noisy, it's so annoying, never stop, blah blah blah. This will be a nice thing, to be honest, and I think lots of people would have the same of that. And daily gratitude. Daily gratitude is something so beautiful. It makes you appreciate things that you literally can't even imagine. It makes you live a better life. So I will suggest to everyone to practice gratitude daily. It's something different and something that literally everyone should do. Replace bad coping mechanism with healthier habits. We're on the way. Optimization of daily routines, more productivity with less work and more free time. Adding daily relax. Yes, we are almost there. This is almost done because I was so stressed, so burnout that this was like a consequence. Minimalism approach to life, decluttering and organization, almost done, literally. Amazing. Notion is helping me so much with this because I'm removing all my thoughts from the head. Okay, financial health goal. That were the main and most important goals this year. Okay, big goals. This one are kind of external ambition, I know. This is a kind of challenge to myself. To be honest, I'm a very regular guy. I don't spend much money. I don't need anything. I'm very basic, very simple guy. So this is just to enjoy this game, this financial game, because to be honest, I always had the fear of bankrupt, let's say, even if I've never been in that way. But was fear of failure tends to have even kind of this fear of failure, so financial failure. Even if you never seen someone behind you, nearby you, that is like in this way, but you kind of fear this. And this is what I fear as well. Yes, it's not a big deal probably if I should reach this bankruptcy, but it's something that I don't want to try and that unconsciously I fear. So that's why I have these high goals. But let's take luck again. By the way, yes, for sure the most important goal is to be financially healthy. This is the most important. I want to be stable. I want to be like safe, like to have a kind of security. And online jobs, of course, have no financial stability. Yeah, 1 month you can take like millions of dollars, other month very low, and you never know how long does it last these conditions. So that's why I want to have like more stability and more emergency pots, more investment pots, and this kind of stuff in order to be like sure and safer in my mind, at least. So my goals were like 100k monthly, so massive crazy goals for me, but anything between 25-100k a month is acceptable. I know that I can do that, and that's why I'm stretching to this point. And if I reach only 10k a month, means that I did nothing to reach my goals. I know 10k a month is a lot of money, don't bullshit. So we don't need to say bullshit to ourselves. The point is that I studied a lot. In the last years I was just in a kind of monk mode, just studying business, marketing, this kind of stuff. And online you can earn lots of money. And I know how to earn lots of money, but I never did it. I never reached the millionaire status. So I'm like, if I take just 10k a month, I'm not satisfied. I know that I can do more and I want to do more. It's like you can push that, you can reach, 100 kg bench press, you know that you can do, but you never did it. So you're like, So this is the goal, but let's see. Even 10k a month, to be honest, will be a very good result, to be honest, because 10k a month we are stable, safe and everything. But of course it's not enough for me because I studied so much. I want to go further. It's like a challenge. I want to enjoy. Yeah, exactly. Make it fun. I wanted to make it fun, and this is the goal. It's not for the money. I don't care about the money. When I will die, I will not bring any money with me. I don't care about this. But I want to enjoy this process. Be safer and even use this money to help other people. So in a certain way I want to enjoy this challenge, enjoy all the process, and let's see what brings. Then reach 100k follower on YouTube, so the silver plate on YouTube, and above 10k on Instagram, TikTok, and 1k on my community. So these goals, well, I'm getting closer because I was on 60 follower probably on YouTube when I did this video. So 5 months and a half ago. 5 months ago I was 60 follower. Now I am very closer. I have 70 followers. 71. But yeah, I didn't post, so I can't blame myself. So I mean, I need to blame myself in a certain way. But yeah, let's say I wasn't so consistent, but I will try at least. Okay, let's enjoy this. Lifestyle goals. Digital nomad, regular cruises, London, Canary Island, USA. I was so happy about this. I will tell you why. Because basically, yeah, travel I removed from this one because I want to focus on doing, so working basically. But I was so happy because my goals were still aligned. So basically, I'm in Southampton now. The point is, I was so confused. I wanted just to go away, to travel, to go to find a quiet place, let's say. And I didn't know what to do, where to get it. I was literally so confused, blackout mentally, totally blackout. And at that point I was like, where do I go? Where do I go? I did choose Southampton. I don't even know why. Because London, I've been there. Southampton, yeah, why? Because basically it's the cruise town of England. I mean, at least for the south. And I was so happy because basically when I saw this video, so a few days ago, and in Southampton for 2 months now, when I saw this with this video, I was like, whoa, my goal was to be like to go on cruises regularly. And London, of course, doesn't have any port, so I was like, oh, nice, I did choose the right town for the right reason. So my goals are literally so aligned that I was so happy because I was so confused. I was like, I want to fuck off everywhere, I don't mind where, but unconsciously I decided right town. Then flexible diet with a daily morning croissant. I mean, right now, to be honest, I'm fine even doing this. Like sometimes I don't crave any croissant. My diet is okay with my veggies and this kind of stuff. So this probably was like a goal when I was on diet, pretty much, yeah. So I was craving more this morning croissant, a flexible diet for sure, yes. But yeah, and this is the car. So buy a car. Exactly, this is a Tesla Model 3 long range black. I removed the car because basically I will not drive in here, and probably that one was like thinking to be in Italy or Canary Island, this kind of stuff. And I didn't choose Canary Island because I was like a new place. I'm not sure, I'm not stable mentally, especially. So let's go in a place that I know, Southampton. By the way, the car, I won't drive and I won't buy like the car on with the wheel on the other side, the steering wheel on the other side. So I don't know, it's not the moment. Let's say maybe later on where I will move again. And the last one, spreading joy and making someone's day every day. This is one of my life goals, my life pillar. So I was happy to be like, okay, all my goals that I did in January basically are still the same. I was so happy because literally I'm so aligned with my goal. Even if I was so confused, I wanted to restart. I was like, where should I start? Yes, basically all the stuff were aligned. Literally, I was like very happy, and it was emotional, kind of discovering that I was on the right path. Because yes, blackout sensation, but I didn't lose any direction because unconsciously I know what I want, and that's good. The negative part is that I didn't make any progress. And the fun fact is that in that video I was talking about my pain points, my difficulties, basically, my self-sabotage and this kind of stuff, because when I saw, I was like, oh, I knew what could happen, and it did happen. What can I say? I need to be more accountable with myself, that's the point. And if I want to focus on 2 main goals, so will be the physical health and the financial health. And the mental health, you will say, is like the conjunction. So not the conjunction, it's like the bridge. If I want to reach those two goals, the mental health is like literally the bridge that I need to reach in order to reach my goals. Because when I'm mentally stable, I can focus on my diet, I can focus on my financial goal. This is the point. Yes, I need to prevent my self-sabotage, the other stuff. It's time to take action. Yes, preventing recurring problems, which are basically nutrition. When I'm too low on energy, yes, I need to be careful, so I will do a kind of reverse diet. I will take more calories in order to have more energy. This is my month goal. Then when I will go down on calories, what I will do is basically I will try to not be too restrictive and too quick on that, because I know this is like something negative. I mean, I'm a coach, this is what I do with my clients, but I don't do with myself. This is the problem, because we are our worst coaches basically. So I will split my cut season in 2 parts. So I will do, I don't know, 2 months probably, losing 4 kgs, then kind of reverse again, and then another 4 kgs, in order to reach that 70 kgs and with low body fat, and then do focus on the muscle, because I want to be lean. And now that I'm mentally healthier, safer, clearer, I can do that. And not only that, I need to apply what I already know, even on my business, because this time I don't start from scratch, but I need to move forward in alignment, and this time I will try with no perfection. So let's see what will be next. I just want to be consistent, because it's like the fitness basically. You need to put the reps on it in order to start to gain momentum and understand what needs to be improved. That's the point. When you start the fitness journey, you start going to the gym, start eating, but you know something is not correct. But slowly during the process, you adjust. And that's the point. I need to do the same with my online journey. That's it. And this is what you need to do with every goal on your life. Start, don't plan, because planning is not starting. There are people like me, for example, that spend the whole life just planning, not acting. So it's good to have vision and plans, but the most important part is taking actions.